The clock is ticking. Billions of dollars, millions of users, and the future of one of the world's most powerful apps hang in the balance. TikTok, an app loved by over 170 million Americans, is at the center of a global power struggle. And this time, it's not just about funny videos and viral dances. It's about control, surveillance, and the fight between Washington and Beijing. For months, we've been told a deal was close, but now reports suggest it's on the brink of collapse, and critics say Trump has been humiliated. Let's rewind. In 2020, Donald Trump first threatened to ban TikTok in the United States, claiming it was a national security threat. At the time, deals with Oracle and Walmart were floated, but they never fully materialized. Fast forward to today, and the drama is even bigger. Under new US law, ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, is required to divest or face an outright ban. Trump and his allies have been pushing hard for a deal that secures American control over user data and algorithms. Behind closed doors, a high-stakes compromise was being forged. US negotiators and TikTok representatives were locked in intense discussions to satisfy Washington's national security concerns without an outright ban. The pressure was immense, with the future of a global tech giant in the balance. The result was a multi-billion-dollar proposal, Project Texas. It called for a new US entity to oversee American data, partnering with tech giant Oracle to store it on US soil. In an unprecedented move, Oracle would even be allowed to review TikTok's source code. On paper, it looked like progress. TikTok executives championed the plan as a solution, and some US officials appeared cautiously optimistic. The framework seemed to address the core concerns. Data firewalled from China with American oversight. A ban seemed averted, but then came the roadblock, and it wasn't in Washington, it was in Beijing. As details of Project Texas became public, the Chinese government made its position clear. What was seen as a compromise in the US was viewed as a surrender of technological sovereignty. The primary sticking point was the heart of TikTok, its prized algorithm. This isn't just software, it's the secret sauce, a sophisticated AI that learns a user's preferences with uncanny speed. For Beijing, allowing foreign oversight of this technology was a non-starter, a surrender of a national tech crown jewel. Without it, TikTok in the US would lose its edge. The hyper-personalized For You page would be gone. The app's uncanny ability to surface new trends would vanish, turning it into just another generic video platform, struggling to compete. And China wasn't just negotiating quietly. Its Ministry of Commerce publicly stated that exporting technologies like TikTok's algorithm would violate Chinese export control laws. The message was unambiguous. The fate of the algorithm would be decided in Beijing, giving the government an absolute veto. This is where things get messy. Reports now suggest that the framework agreement is crumbling. The US wants deeper control, China refuses to budge, and deadlines keep getting extended. For Trump, who has long branded himself as tough on China, the optics are not good. His critics call it a humiliation, a sign that Beijing is defying Washington and winning. Supporters, however, argue it's simply a tough negotiation, not a defeat. But one thing is certain. The uncertainty is rattling not only investors, but also TikTok's 1 billion global users. So why does this matter to you? Because this isn't just about losing an app. It's about your digital privacy, the information you consume, and the future of a free and open internet. The outcome of this high-stakes geopolitical game could redefine the rules for a generation, determining who controls the data that shapes our world. TikTok isn't just an app, it's a battlefield for data. Every swipe and view feeds its powerful algorithm, creating a detailed profile of your interests and behaviors. This personal data is an immensely valuable asset. In the 21st century, information is power, and the world's superpowers are in a race to control it. The US government argues that under China's national security law, ByteDance could be forced to hand over American user data to Beijing. The concern goes beyond spying. Security experts warn this access could be used to subtly influence public opinion, promote propaganda, and even interfere in elections, a powerful tool for foreign manipulation. China, on the other hand, sees this as economic warfare. TikTok is one of its most successful global tech exports, a symbol of its innovation challenging Silicon Valley's dominance. For Beijing, forcing a sale is a protectionist move to cripple a competitor. They view the algorithm as a national treasure and are not prepared to surrender it. If the deal truly collapses, the fallout could be immense. A US ban would sever 150 million American users from the global community. We could also see a splinternet, where the app is fractured into separate US and international versions. This would create digital walls, setting a dangerous precedent for the balkanization of the internet. Imagine logging into TikTok tomorrow and finding it gone, not because of a glitch, but because of geopolitics. This is the new reality, where the apps on our phones are pawns in a global power struggle. The fate of TikTok is more than a business deal. It's a defining moment for the future of our connected world. And it's not just the US and China, the rest of the world is watching. India has already banned TikTok. The EU is tightening regulations. If the US fails to secure a deal, it may embolden other countries to act against Chinese tech giants. That's why this so-called collapse is more than a headline. It's a potential shift in how the world controls technology, influence, and even freedom of expression. So, has Trump really been humiliated? Or is this just the latest round in a long and bitter standoff? On the surface, it might seem like a political defeat. The outright ban he threatened was replaced by a convoluted deal that satisfied almost no one. But to frame this as a simple win or loss is to miss the bigger picture. This was never just about one app. It's a high-stakes chess match where the board has been reset, not cleared. What we know is this: the deal is fragile. The proposed TikTok Global was immediately complicated by Beijing, which updated its export control laws, drawing a red line around the sale of TikTok's most valuable asset, its recommendation algorithm. This single move transformed the negotiation, asserting China's technological sovereignty with a clear message: our code is not for sale. The future of TikTok now hinges not on a corporate agreement, but on this delicate and potentially explosive geopolitical standoff. For now, all we can do is wait, but the outcome will shape not just social media but global power for years to come. At stake is the very idea of a global open internet. Are we witnessing the birth of the splinternet, a digital iron curtain descending between East and West? This case sets a powerful precedent. Will other countries now feel emboldened to block foreign apps? Will tech companies be forced to choose sides in a new digital Cold War? The resolution will define the rules of digital sovereignty for a generation. This brings the debate to the device in your hand. What do you think? Should TikTok be banned, sold, or left alone? Where do you draw the line between national security and personal freedom? Is the convenience of an app worth the potential risk to your data? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This isn't just a story for politicians and CEOs, it's a conversation about the future of our digital lives, and as we scroll, share and connect, the rules of that engagement are being rewritten before our very eyes.